See Standard 12th Maths Chapter 8 Differentials and Partial Derivatives. Exercise number 8.4 Sum number 3. If u of x comma y comma z, that is u is a function in terms of x y z, is equal to x square plus y square by xy plus 3z square y. Find dou u by dou x, dou u by dou y, dou u by dou z. So, u is a function x square plus y square by xy plus 3z square y. Usually we use the letters f and g to represent the function. Here they use the letter u. Here just I simplify this function. I split this fraction, that is x squared by xy plus y squared by xy, both are same, plus 3z squared y. So x cancel, you are getting x by y plus y by x plus 3z squared y. This is your function u. Find dou u by dou x. Differentiate partially with respect to x. Dou u by dou x. Here in this term, this y is in the denominator, 1 by y is constant. Differentiate x, so you will get 1 plus, again here y is constant, it is in the numerator, but x is in the denominator, you will get x power minus 1. So if you differentiate this, minus 1 into x power minus 1 minus 1. So minus 1 x power minus 2. So minus 1 by x squared. So the derivative of 1 by x is minus 1 by x squared. So here no x term, so just leave it off. So this is your answer of dou u by dou x. So 1 by y minus y by x squared. This is the answer. Next is dou u by dou y. Dou u by dou y. So again here you take x as constant, 1 by y. If you differentiate, just replace here x by y. So if I differentiate 1 by y, so I'll get minus 1 by y squared plus 1 by x is constant, y is in the numerator, so just 1 with respect to that, plus 3z squared constant. If you differentiate y, you will get 1. So minus x by y squared plus 1 by x plus 3z squared. Next is dou u by dou z. Dou z. See in the function u, the first two terms are with respect to z, x and y only, no z term. So just they treat as constant. So if you differentiate these two terms, you will get 0. But come here, 3 constant, y constant. Differentiate z squared alone. 3y. If you differentiate z squared, 2 comes before. So 2z, that is equal to 6yz. This is the answer. So the problem is over. Just question is find dou u by dou x, dou u by dou y and dou u by dou z. Next, fourth sum. See the sum. If u is equal to log of x cube plus y cube plus z cube, find dou u by dou x plus dou u by dou y plus dou u by dou z. Given u is log of x cube plus y cube plus z cube. First find dou u by dou x. Dou u by dou x is equal to, if you differentiate log term, that will be 1 by. Log x is 1 by x. X cube plus y cube plus z cube. So with respect to x, you take the x term alone, x cube. So 3, then reduce 1 degree, 3x squared. The other terms becomes constant 0. So 3x squared by x cube plus y cube plus z cube. Now take dou u by dou y. Dou u by dou y. So with respect to y, so again this is 1 by x cube plus y cube plus z cube. So y cube, that is 3y squared. Dou u by dou z. Again log x, 1 by x cube plus y by y cube plus z cube. Then with respect to z, differentiate z alone. So 3z square. The question, you have to add all the three. Dou u by dou x plus dou u by dou y plus dou u by dou z. That is equal to dou u by dou x is 3x squared by 3x squared by x cube plus y cube plus z cube. Dou u by dou y, 3y squared by x cube plus y cube plus z cube. 3z square, x cube plus y cube plus z cube. Here x cube plus y cube plus z cube is constant. Common. So numerator you will get 3x square plus y square plus 3y square, 3z square. Take 3 as common here. So x squared plus y square plus z square divided by x cube plus y cube plus z cube. This is the answer. Come to the fifth sum. See, fifth sum. For each of the following, find gxy, gxx, gyy, gyx. The function g in terms of x and y, x e power y plus 3x square y. gxy. So first let me find gx. What is g? This gx, dou g by dou x. Dou g by dou x. So here e power y is constant. If you differentiate x, you will get 1. 3 constant, y constant. Differentiate x squared, you will get 2x. E power y plus 6xy. Then find first find gxx. That is this gx, again I differentiate dou by dou x. So dou g by dou x. E power y constant 0, then 6 constant, y constant. So differentiate x, you will get 1. So answer is 6y. Next find gy. Dou g by dou y. Dou g by dou y. So here differentiate g with respect to y, x e power y. X constant, if you differentiate e power y, you will get e power y plus 3x squared constant. If you differentiate y, you will get 1. So x e power y plus 3x squared. Find gyy. Differentiate partially this gy, that is dou g by dou y. Here x is constant. If I differentiate e power y, then x term we will get 0. Next you have to find gyx. What is this gyx? Dou g by dou x you have this x. That I am going to differentiate with respect to y. The second term you have to take first. So dou g by dou x, gx is e power y plus 6xy. Differentiate with respect to y. So e power y plus 6x constant, differentiate y, we will get 1. So that is e power y plus 6x. Then g yx, sorry, xy, xy, y, dou g by dou y, differentiate this dou g by dou y with respect to x, dou by dou x of. So dou g by dou y is this. With respect to x, we have to do. So here e power y is constant. E power y, here this term. E power y is constant. If I differentiate x, I will get 1 plus second term 3x squared. So that you will get as 6x. So e power y plus 6x plus 6x. See here, this gyx and gxy are both are same, but just you have to find separately, that's all. Next sum, next subdivision, g of x comma y is log 5x plus 3y, dou g by dou x, this is your gx. So 1 by, log x is 1 by x, 5x plus 3y, and differentiate this term with respect to x. So 5 into 1, 5 into 1, this is 0. So 5 by 5x plus 3y. Differentiate again this with respect to x, that is gxx. That is dou g by dou x. Again I differentiate with respect to x. You can take this as 5 into 5x plus 3y the whole power minus 1. It is in the denominator and the degree is 1, so numerator becomes minus 1. 5 constant, bring this degree minus 1 here. 5x plus 3y, again reduce 1, minus 1. So and differentiate this expression also. So with respect to x, I will get 5. So minus 1, 5 5s are 25. So minus 25 by 5x plus 3y the whole power minus 2, that is whole square. So the answer is minus 25 by 5x plus 3y the whole square. gy, dou g by dou y. So log of 5x plus 3y, that is 1 by 5x plus 3y, and the y term 3y have, so just 3. So this is 3 into 5x plus 3y the whole power minus 1. So this term we need for the next derivative, finding next derivative. gyy. So dou g by dou y, again I am differentiating this with respect to y. 3 minus 1 into 5x plus 3y whole power minus 1 minus 2 with respect to y. So y term here 3. So minus 9 by 5x plus 3y the whole square. Next is gxy. Dou g by dou y. I am differentiating this with respect to x. Dou by dou x. So dou g by dou y. Gy is here. With respect to x I am going to do. So you take this term. So 3 into minus 1. 5x plus 3y. The whole power minus 1 minus 2. With respect to x. So into 5. So minus 15 divided by 5x plus 3y the whole square. gyx. Dou g by dou x with respect to y. dou g by dou x. Gx is this. So 5 into this. I am going to differentiate this with respect to y. So bring this 1 to this side. 5 constant minus 1 5x plus 3y. So minus 1 minus 2 with respect to y. Take y term. So 3 constant. If you differentiate y, you will get 1. So minus 15 divided by 5x plus 3y minus 2 becomes positive square. This is the answer. The next subdivision, gx. See, g of x comma y is x square plus 3xy minus 7y plus cos 5x. Gx dou g by dou x. If you differentiate x squared, you will get 2x plus 3 constant, y constant with respect to x 1. 7y constant 0. Cos 5x. If you differentiate cos, you will get minus sin 5x. Then x coefficient 5 here. So the terms are 2x plus 3y minus 5 sin 5x. Gxx. That is, differentiate this dou g by dou x with respect to x. Second time. 2x. 2 is constant. If you differentiate x, you will get 1. 3y 0 minus 5 sin x, that is cos x. Cos 5x into 5. So 2 minus 5 5s are 25 cos 5x. This is the answer. Gy dou g by dou y. Dou g by dou y. X squared is constant. Then 3x constant. Y if you do here. First term x squared 0 you will get. 3x. If you differentiate y you will get 1. 7 minus 7 y term you are getting. So 1 cos 5x 0. X term fully x term. So you will get 0. So 3x minus 7. Next is gyy. Differentiate this dou g by dou y with respect to y. Dou by dou y. See here, no y terms here. All the terms are x terms. So you will get the answer as 0. 0. Next is gxy. Differentiate dou g by dou y with respect to x. With respect to x. So dou g by dou y here we have with respect to x 3x minus 7. So 3 constant. If I differentiate x you will get 1. 7 is 0. So just 3 you will get. Gyx. Differentiate dou g by dou x again with respect to y. So where is dou g by dou x? First derivative gx. With respect to y I have to differentiate. So this is x term 0 fully and this is also 0. So 3y. So 3 into 1. 3 into 1 that is equal to 3. This is the answer. See here gxy 3, gyx also 3. So gxy and gyx are equal. But that is no need to prove here. So this is the answer. Thank you.